Ah!
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 Ah! Go!
Ah!
No!
Bri, hurry!
Bri!
Hey guys!
This is it!
Bri, do it!
It's the start!
Bri, start it!
Start it! Yo,
Hey,
you're
guys.
uncomfortable!
I don't like you yelling at me.
I'm gonna do it. Hello, one and hello, all. Nerdy Game Heroes here. We're doing our podcast. It's first one.
Oh my god.
Gonna do top 3 games.
We told him so many times!
Why? What's
Not
wrong
to do his stupid intro. Okay, Bri,
There's
do a real intro.
There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead. Fine. Go ahead. No, that's fine.
Hey
Fine.
guys, what's up? I don't know what we're gonna call this. What, 2.5 nerds?
2.5 nerds. I'm a
2.5
nerd.
nerds.
Matt's a nerd. You're
I'm-
half a nerd.
I'm
Bri's
half
a
a nerd.
whammon.
I'm a whammon. I got 2 guys here who know a little more than I do about games.
Not much, though. Don't worry
Not
about it.
that I don't know. I had a lot of brothers. They all played video games, so I think I know. But today we're gonna talk about our favorite games growing up.
Yeah, our favorite games in general.
That was good.
Oh yeah, well mine are all growing up because I don't play anything now. I tried to play Assassin's Creed
Oh, you
and
could
it
have put
didn't
Candy
go well.
Crush on the list.
A
Yeah.
Candy Crush is
Or
an
Animal
option.
Crossing Pocket Camp.
Please send me lives.
It's acceptable. Who wants
So-
to start, though, with the top 3 list? Who wants to start? Who's first?
Well, we're doing one at a time. We're not just
Yeah.
going to do a 3
Who's
in a row.
first?
Okay, these are our third favorite games.
Third
we're gonna
favorite.
start from
Third
the
Our
favorite.
bottom.
top 3 favorite
Yeah,
games.
it's our top
She's
three.
correct.
I know,
Okay,
but we're gonna
she
start
was
with our
right.
third favorite.
Oh.
Jerk.
And we're gonna lead up to
Yeah,
our
I
number
thought
one.
she messed up.
No,
No.
she's
I'm gonna
edit
correct.
that
You're an
out.
idiot. No, don't edit anything. No.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you
Just
keep
kidding.
that in.
Love you.
Keep in your stupid. Oh, did I start?
You're the
All right.
professional.
Yeah, Forrest.
I am the professional.
Oh, I'm Bri.
Yeah, and I'm Forrest.
I'm Matt. You know who we are if
Yeah.
you ever watched our videos. Which
I mean,
no
if
one
anybody
has.
does.
They're very poor quality.
Not poor quality.
Okay, they're good quality, but trash editing.
Let's get on with what we're supposed to be talking
Okay, yeah,
about.
that's true.
Forrest
Yes,
will-
I will start. My third
This is
favorite
gonna be
game.
really bad because we're talking over each other. Just saying.
No, we're fine. It's fine.
That's good.
Third favorite game is Fear. First Encounter Assault Recon. I remember those stupid little acronyms. They're really dumb.
I don't think I ever played that game.
You never played the game? It's awesome. Okay, now this is a personal favorite of mine. I don't think anybody actually likes this game. Well,
I've definitely heard of it. I don't
it's,
think
it's
it's
still
like
played on
not-
the PC.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It's definitely,
But
like,
that's only
something
because they
popular.
can mod stuff for it. Well, the thing was, they came out with Fear, and it was heralded as this first-person shooter / horror game. And the thing was, the horror was pretty good and subpar and cheesy, and I liked the horror a lot. But the first-person shooter part of it was actually extremely good, and that's why it's actually still popular.
I can't see you.
They
playing a
literally
horror
released they literally released a game to follow up that one that was called Fear Files, and it's literally nothing but the first-person shooter. It's like just a bunch of missions, just to shoot stuff. But it's just funny to me. It's cheesy. It's good. Like, I don't like horror games.
Yeah, I know. I've played horror games with
I
you.
don't like horror games.
You screamed.
But
We played Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, where cardboard cutouts
I
of
may have jumped out of the
cute-looking
chair.
things pop up at you.
You know, screw you. It was scary. Okay. Don't get on my case.
I
You
tried
know.
to play Zombies. That Zombies game on VR.
Zombies.
And I
Resident
literally
Evil. You mean the
cried.
one I pooped my pants on
no.
Resident
It's
Evil.
like a arcade shooter with zombies.
Yeah.
That
And
scared you?
Bri was playing it, and this guy was screaming at me.
Oh.
She was like, I can't do this. He's like, come on, be a man. And she's like, I'm not a man. He's like, you're a man today, damn it. It was really inspiring.
Well,
Well,
that's nice.
I threw
like
the
it.
headset off and cried.
But anyway, the third favorite was Fear. Because it blended first-person shooter action and horror elements into it together. And what I think is just a perfect little package. And honestly, it's just, there's a little bit of nostalgia on there too. But that's my third pick for it. Maybe we'll play it on the channel. I'm not going to promise anything. Cause...
It takes us a year to finish
yeah,
a Dark
exactly.
Souls
So
game.
we'll see. But I would love to do that. So, next.
Okay, so my third favorite game is Mario Party.
Only person on the list.
Mario Party.
Yeah, and specifically the ones for GameCube. Because GameCube was my favorite game system I've ever played.
Do you
What's the
remember
last
which
game
number?
system?
It's the last game system
No,
and the
you
only
played
game
Wii.
system I've owned.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's played Wii.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
had
only
those
one
two
that
little
was
Chinese
hers.
men.
But the only one I have four
Chinese
older
men.
brothers.
Those two little Japanese men came up to your door and they're like, "We would like
Wow,
to
that
play."
was
And I bowed, and then your whole family got into it, right? And you played Wii. It was great.
No.
You don't remember that commercial?
She
I think
had
I'm
a
the only
Wii,
one
but
that
she's saying the GameCube was the only console that was hers.
Yeah, I have four older brothers, but I got a GameCube for Christmas, and it was the only game system that was actually mine. So most of my favorite games were on the GameCube.
That's fine.
Mario Party is kind of like the Kids Bop of the video game world?
I
Because there's so many of them, and you
Yes.
don't know. You don't know
I was
what-
waiting for you to finish
I was
that
gonna say.
analogy.
Because you never, like, you
There's
don't
a lot
know
of
what
Call of
number they
Duties.
are.
Kids Boppa.
Like, I don't know what number Mario Party they are on. I believe the ones for GameCube are like 5 through 8. So I don't know which one I like specifically
It's
played.
probably 4. I think 4 was on the GameCube.
I think it was like 5. I think 5 was started on the GameCube, but
I
I,
don't
just
remember
really
if it was
liked
4 or 5 that started on the GameCube.
Let's
but
see,
that's
let's
probably
see.
the one that you're thinking of. It's 4
I'm
or
gonna look
5.
up the list. Mario
Or
Or
Party.
is it 5
game.
and 6 that's on the GameCube? I don't
It's
freaking know.
5
There's
through
too
8.
many.
I looked it up.
I
It's like
stopped
5 through
naming. I
8.
think they stopped numbering them at this
Probably.
point.
I think
Maybe
they're
they
on like
didn't.
Mario Party
Like
Top
Mario
100.
Party 20.
They're literally a Mario Party Top 100 where they have like the best 100 mini games or whatever.
Ooh.
But I grew up in a very big
Oh,
family.
yeah.
I'm the youngest of 6.
Brian knows her
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, was
Yeah.
it 5?
Okay, 8 was on the Wii though, but
Oh,
up
8
to
was on
7
the
was
Wii.
on the GameCube.
Okay, so
So 5
I-
to 7.
Let's see. I want to see what the newest one is. Keep
Go
going,
ahead.
Brian. I'm looking at
But-
the list.
I'm not trying
Yeah,
to
you guys
talk
keep
over you. I'm
interrupting me.
sorry.
but I had a lot of older siblings, and so Mario Party was something we could all play together, even though you could only have 4 players for GameCube.
It ended
But-
friendships.
It did. Like a lot of my siblings and I just beat each other up afterwards. But it was worth it because it was a really fun game, and you got to do a lot of different things, and it had that like board game style feel to it that you could like kind of get in on it
Just-
without taking a game out.
Brian, not to interrupt you, just be happy that you didn't have Mario Party 2. Or actually, Mario Party 1 was the one that was infamous for actually... I messed up my
oh yeah, you
hand.
break the analog sticks.
Yeah, I messed up my hand. I think it was it Mario? Yeah, it's Mario Party 1 that has a mini game where you literally put your palm on top of the the control stick of the N64 and you rotate it,
Oh.
and it like made a giant blister on my hand
Sadly,
when I was a kid.
I don't think I ever played any of those. I think I only played the one on the Wii. That's it.
Really?
I had the one on
Mario
the Wii.
Party 2 is my
There might have been
shit.
2 on the Wii, but
That
I
is
only ever
my
played one of
favorite.
them.
I
That was
loved
on the
it. Like,
N64.
I had Mario Party for the Wii, but I just remember the GameCube one
Yeah.
so much because it was mine, and so it was kind of like I got to control that. Like that's,
There you go.
I love N64 games, so I want the ones on the N64. The problem is the price for the ones on the
Yeah.
N64.
Yeah, well then at least they're not as bad as Super Nintendo games.
They
Yeah,
made
but I
it for
can-
DS as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
But who wants to play Mario Party on the
Yeah,
DS?
I made that
alone?
mistake of
Oh,
getting
you're
Super
fake.
Smash for the.
You don't have friends on DS.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what are you
I-
gonna do?
I have a 3DS. We can do the scam.
I made
I'm
the
talking
mistake.
But I have to buy
DS
another game.
Lite.
I made the mistake of getting the newer one that before the one that's gonna come out soon. That came out like during the Wii U generation. I got it
Yeah.
on the 3DS,
Oh.
and I ended up just trading it in because it was like
I got Super.
I never played it. I played it like twice, and it was like, how do
It's like
I play
got
this
Super
with people?
Smash Brothers
None of
on
my friends
my
have it.
3DS, and I regretted it immediately.
Yeah, like multiplayers are
I
not
don't know
good
why I
on
played it.
DS. Like
Yeah.
If I would
Mario
have met
Party,
him in time, I
something
could have
like
played it with him.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
would have played it with you
We could
because I'm
play
that kind of
online.
guy.
that.
What's your third favorite game, Matt? Let's go.
My third favorite game. Okay,
Yes.
this was hard to order them,
Okay.
so I don't know if mine are necessarily
It's
in order of how I
favorite,
like
though.
them.
It's
But
three favorite.
yeah.
Yeah, like you love all of them. So go ahead.
Okay, we're just gonna start
Okay.
with Gears of War,
Uh,
the series.
uh,
Other than Judgment,
yeah.
because of the originality.
Not because they messed up the controls and bared the
No. I mean, I like the games because of the originality.
Was it really that original though?
Yeah, it's a third-person shooter over the shoulder.
There's never been any
which
of
a lot of
those.
people do, but there's the slide to cover, the wall bouncing in the multiplayer.
Waist high cover did start in that game. If that was a good trend or not, I don't know.
They did a very good job with multiplayer in their games. They made movement the most important thing in their games.
I will admit.
And those are the kind of games I think are very fun. They're very fast-paced, and not only do
Yeah,
you
but
have to be
wall
good
bouncing.
at aiming, you have to be good at dodging and moving correctly. It makes it
Yeah.
more strategic.
I guess so. I mean, I remember when I first got the Xbox 360. Well, my brother got it. I got my own later, and the Gears of War was coming out and stuff, and it was one of the first games that came out on it. It blew my little baby britches away. It was awesome.
That's how it was for me and Garrett, my brother's best friend at the
Hashtag
time.
bring back the krill.
We played it
Which I
all
think they
night
did,
when we got
actually.
the first one.
I think Gears 4 is bringing back the krill.
And
Is it
then-
5 now?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5.
Yeah, they brought back the krill.
So we played it that first night. I was probably like 13 or 14 already because I didn't get it.
They
like,
blow
back
your
when it
baby
came
britches
out.
away too.
Yeah, we loved that game. We played it the entire night to beat it in one night, and we
in
got
one night. Jesus.
and we got so lucky that like 2 weeks later was when Gears of War 2 came out. So we got to play Gears of War 2 right away, and we played the multiplayer on that for like 3 or 4 years.
That's when they really fixed their multiplayer. I'm not,
Not-
gonna lie. I
not
had many
entirely.
days
It
after
was
school
very
coming home
broken,
and
though.
playing.
It was because they still
It was
used.
the
I
weapon
think
pickups were
I think at
broken.
the time they still used like someone in that match for the host.
Oh yeah,
So
they
you had
were
a really,
invincible.
if you had a bad connection to that
Yeah.
person.
Well, the host was invincible.
Yeah, they were automatically the best player
Yeah.
in the game if they were half decent.
They didn't even have to try and wall bounce.
But then
you just couldn't hit
three,
them.
three's probably my favorite. 3, they kind of fixed those for the most part, and I think it has the best gameplay without them going too far. Because four got pretty good again, but at the same time, they did a lot of the stupid. It's not pay to win. It's just you're too tempted to buy so many things because they know people
Well, that's
want
what they
these
want to
things.
do. That's what they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't feel bad about them doing that a little bit because they need to make some money, but they do it to an extent
Yeah,
that's not okay.
Yeah, it's a little too much. All right, we'll go to mine now. Second favorite.
Hey, wait a second.
What? You done?
I didn't say why I hated Judgment.
Everyone knows
I hate
why.
Judgment because the controls are trash.
Yeah, I told you the controls are terrible.
But Gears of War story, it's a little unrealistic with the action, but it's also a really
little-
good story.
Matt,
It has a lot
Matt,
of awesome lore,
Matt,
and you should read the books.
The first game had a giant, monster dude with a giant revolver have a bunch of baby bats fly around him as a magical shield from bullets. And he, really?
He wasn't a monster. They're people that got mutated.
Okay, whatever. I don't care. I never cared. All right. Second favorite game of
Never
mine.
played it.
I don't even have to look at my phone because I
Never
know.
played. It's a
what
great
it
game,
is.
Brian.
Never
It's
played
a
it.
good game. You get scared of it.
It's not a scary game.
The first
It's a
one
very
is.
emo game, but I think Brian would like it because of the fact that it's very edgy.
I
You want to
mean,
see someone shoot themselves in
I'm
the
an
head,
angsty
bro?
You want to see
Yeah.
someone fly around with dual chainsaw
dark.
and cut tanks in half?
It's Brian.
I have it in two.
It'll hurt your heart.
Nah,
let's
all
move
around
on.
me are familiar faces.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
I'm gonna leave.
All right.
Oh
Anywho,
wait! We have to tell them something real quick. I can edit this to make it shorter. It's okay.
That's no.
Remember?
Keep it all in. Keep it
All
in.
Star.
What All
How
Star?
well it
Hey,
goes
now,
to that
you're an
song.
all-star.
Yes, it's actually ridiculously weird.
I
that
find
he
it
gets
kind of
that word.
funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams of which I'm dying are the best I ever had.
I still
bad.
don't get it.
It's All Star.
The
I
part
know,
of
but
that,
it doesn't
there's a
make
part of that
sense.
song that matches that perfectly.
I know you told me this like 2 months ago, and I still don't get it. I don't think it's cool.
But why don't you get it? It's not. There's nothing to get. It just. It does.
It doesn't sound the same to me.
Don't worry, we'll cut it all out anyway.
I'm editing these.
Matt just triumphantly goes, "I'm the one editing these." Excuse me. Anyway, second favorite for me
Lock my door. I heard someone come
Is-
in.
Oh, lock it.
I'm not doing.
Is Banjo Kazooie. Boom! Rare, back in the 90s, best company, best
Everyone did love
thing.
Rare. I know.
British
that.
people, they're awesome.
Shout out to all
Grant
British people.
Kirkhope, best director of music ever, best dude. He's awesome. I love him. He's great.
I've only played the second.
Look, back in the, when 3D platformers were first coming out, I played Super Mario 64. It scared the bejesus out of me.
Why
No,
did
it did.
scare you?
Giant eels. You drowned. We've never seen that before. Like, you've seen Sonic. He goes, ooh, oops, and he flies down the screen, although the music is terrifying. But in this game, finally, I'm swimming with Mario, and I'm like, this is great. And then Mario goes, and freaking dies.
Oh my
3D
god.
platformers were scary.
Were you traumatized?
You know?
at the time?
Yes, I was.
What?
I was very traumatized.
It's
Scary.
spiking. You need to
Oh,
calm down.
trust me, me and Matt spike
We
every
spike
kind of
everything.
audio.
I have to normalize everything.
We are
don't
big spikes, okay?
I have
That's
to
how this
normalize
works.
everything in Audacity that we record.
This is the norm. People are used to this.
Forced peaks.
Yes, I peak.
Forced.
I'm at my prime. You can't
I
stop me.
peaked- I peaked in high school.
Yeah. But Banjo-Kazooie is just it's an evolution of Mario 64 because the level design is better, it's tighter, they're shorter levels, everything is straight to the point, everything, I don't know, it just perfected the genre. I've never played anything better than that was a 3D platformer to this day. People try to go back like they did Ukulele. Oh my god, it sucked! Anyway, but people will try to go back to it, and they just can't get the formula right because they don't understand it needs to be short, tight levels that are straight to the point, they're simple, they don't need to overcomplicate things. See, and it's funny because the people who made Banjo-Kazooie made Ukulele in the first place, so you think they would have an idea of it. And I only talk about this because this is my personal opinion, but the second game in the series, Banjo-Tooie, is not... I like it, but it's definitely not better. And I know that's my own opinion. A lot of people have this differing opinion. They believe that Banjo-Tooie is better because it's bigger, there's bigger worlds, it's, just a much more ambitious game. But the problem is they tried to cram way too much into one game, and they lost what made it good in the first place, which was short,
I think
fun,
a lot of games
to the
do
point.
that now.
Yes, they do.
A lot of games are too much
Banjo-Tooie
about realism,
crammed in-
not enough about the game actually being fun to play.
Yeah, it needs to be fun to play. I don't care if my gun looks really realistic and it goes bang, bang, boo, boo the way it needs to.
I do if it has an amazing story. That's okay. But when your game's just like,
it's like
a
Battlefront.
super unrealistic story, not that good of a story.
It's like the new Battlefront that EA made.
No good gameplay.
Ooh, the sounds are so good. It sounds like Star Wars, and the guns look really cool, and the graphics, but it sucks to play.
Can I interject real quick?
Yes, you
The
may.
entire time you were talking about ukulele, I thought you were talking about somebody playing the ukulele.
Yes, the two instruments.
Yeah, Bri.
Just like Banjo and Kazooie, I was sitting there with my kazoo in my mouth with a banjo.
I thought you were just making fun of Matt and I, because we know how. Well, I know how to.
Brian,
play
not
the ukulele.
everything's about you, okay?
Well, I thought you were just making fun of me.
But that's my whole point on Banjo Kazooie. It's short, fun. It's probably the best 3D platformer that anyone could ever play, and I would love to play that on the channel as well. But I'm not going to make any promises, like I said. Although I definitely will play it on my own if we don't play it together.
Games.
I'm gonna play all this shit.
We're pretty far into Dark Souls 2 now, so
We can move on from it. All
I
right, Bri,
haven't
Bri,
played that
go.
one either. Don't
Is it
call
okay
me
if I called you
Bri
Bri? Okay, I was
No.
about to say.
So Bri Bri.
The only
Yo,
person
Bri Bri.
that has ever called me Bri Bri is my dad.
Life of
Bri,
Brian
Bri,
here.
Bri, Bri.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's
Dun,
Life of
dun,
Brian
dun,
here,
dun,
back
dun,
with a
dun.
brand new adventure.
Oh.
My second favorite game from once again, it's a common theme with my games is I love early 2000 games.
That's fine.
That's what you played.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
But this one's gonna be Bomberman once again for GameCube.
That's fine.
I feel like everybody hated the GameCube but me.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
I kept the
I mean, the
GameCube
discs were
business
weird.
alive.
Yeah,
I didn't like that the discs were little midget
discs.
discs. But-
That's offensive. But-
Oh, short
Okay,
discs.
so I'm not sure which one exactly I played because there was two that came out for GameCube. It's either Generation or Jetters, which I found out had a story mode.
I would assume
I
it's
didn't-
Generation.
I think it was Generation, but I don't know.
I
The
don't know.
pictures I looked up of each, like I could remember things. So maybe I had both of them and I didn't know.
Probably played both of them then.
Probably, but they had a
Bomberman's
story
awesome.
mode that I had no idea existed, and I never played the story mode. I only played battle mode because once again, lots of siblings, we had to play together.
Well, didn't even Bomberman 64 have a story mode?
Yeah,
I don't
I have
know.
it. It has a story mode.
Yeah.
I had no idea it had a story mode, and it has a
Bomberman
TV
shouldn't
show.
have a story mode.
I
though.
couldn't figure out how to play the story mode on the N64.
I don't get
I
what
didn't
it
know
would
what I was
be.
doing.
It was dumb.
Like,
I
I had
couldn't
no
beat.
idea.
I couldn't beat the first level because I just didn't know what to do. I'm
Welcome
dumb.
to my life.
I was really good at Bomberman too. Like Bomberman was something like I feel like people are like I'm really good at Call of Duty or like Fortnite or whatever. And it's like I'm really good at Bomberman. Like that's my claim to fame from being a child is I'm really good at Bomberman. And I'm still really good at Bomberman.
Now,
Are we all gonna
if
play after
I
this
know
now?
you're gonna get a
Yes.
Nintendo Switch, they did bring out
I know
a
they
new
have.
Bomberman.
I know. That's
So-
the problem with the Switch so far. There's already like 7 games I want.
Well, yeah, that.
It's like 5, but then there's also
Except for the Xbox
Donkey
One, no
Kong
one wants that.
game coming out, the Pokemon games coming out, and Smash coming out. Plus the games I want that are already out on it.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting though too, because then you already know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get good
I guess,
stuff.
but it's gonna cost me a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's expensive. That's just how it is. Now, Matt, go.
I don't know, which one should I put second? Wait, oh,
You
you
just
still
keep
going.
interrupting me,
Well,
and then
the
I like
conversation
don't get
derailed at a
I thought you
point.
were done, go!
No, I really liked Bomberman because once again it was a party style game that like my siblings and I could play together and fight over, but also I was really good at it, so I could actually beat them at it. I feel like it just holds like a lot of nostalgia for me because it was a game you could pick up, play a couple games, and like sit down, but it just made me really happy as a kid.
That's the best thing about local co-op, and I wish that was something that
Yeah.
game developers kept putting in their games.
They don't do it.
Like
much
I can
No,
remember
it's
the
like online
outrage whenever the
gaming
new
now.
Halo came out. Halo 6 or Halo 5, Halo 4. Oh God, which Halo was it? I don't know. The new Halo came out and they took away couch co-op, which is what Halo was known for in the first
Yeah.
place.
Wasn't Halo like the first like
Yes,
online type
yes,
game?
but it also had local
You
co-op.
could do 4 players.
You could do 4 player split
Okay.
screen. That is the heyday. That games were about
Yeah.
being fun. They
Yeah,
weren't
it
about
was about,
single.
like-
They weren't single player games that had
Yeah.
microtransactions in them, and we're like, we need money.
Yeah, like we could take this out, but I just remember. So I had 4
No, keep it
brothers,
in.
and we all like Friday, Saturday nights. All my brothers' friends would come to the house, and they would play Madden, or we'd play like if they wanted to appease me, we'd play Bomberman or Mario
Madden
Party or
doesn't
whatever.
sound very fun though.
But it was all about like sitting on the couch with your friends,
And yes.
playing games, and now it's
Yes.
just like I'm gonna play games with somebody across the world, which is really cool. Like, don't
It's
get me
fun.
wrong, like that's awesome
It's
that you can make
bonding.
friends. Like my brother makes friends. He plays Destiny. Is that what he plays?
Yeah, he
with?
plays Destiny
Yeah.
too, I think.
The
now.
thing is, there's
Yeah.
nothing better though than sitting on a couch and doing
Yeah,
that.
Justin and I always
Yeah,
play
like
games
eating
together,
pizza.
and now it's hard.
Yeah.
We have to take turns on most games.
Yeah.
Just chill out and play together. You know,
Yeah.
co-op.
That
That's
was like
you know,
ultimate nostalgia.
It's
Okay.
definitely good.
Now I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
she's good
crying.
now. Matt, you may proceed.
Yeah, you may.
Okay, which one should we put number?
Just pick one.
Let's go with Pokemon next.
Okay, which
Ooh,
Pokemon
love
though?
me some Pokemon.
You gonna cheat again and say Pokemon is the series? He's gonna cheat again. And say
I'm
Pokemon
thinking
the
of
series.
which ones I liked the most.
Just say Pokemon the series.
Well, I obviously liked all of the games in the series
There you go. Continue.
because
Tell
they're
you
the
what.
same game.
Well, yeah.
most part.
Yeah, they are.
But Pearl is probably my favorite because even though I don't remember a ton from Pearl, it's the one I've played the most in my
Is it
life.
because it's still sprites in Pearl? Do you
I
like
do
sprites
like that it's still sprites. I like the 3D and I like the sprites. I don't like the in-between phase of black and white,
Yeah.
where it was just muddy sprites that tried to be 3D.
Well, the thing was, for the longest time, all we wanted was a 3D Pokemon, like Pokemon Stadium, and then we got it, and I'm like, man, I really miss the sprites now.
The sprites and I
feel like in Diamond and Pearl though too, they perfected it, and it looked really good. You know, even though they were sprites.
I haven't seen like Leaf Green and Fire Red for a really long time because I owned Fire Red, but I have no idea what happened to that one. I've been playing like the originals lately, and
Right.
I saw the sprites from Leaf Green and Fire Red, and I was like, wow, that looks better than
Where-
the newer Pokemon games. I think I like the sprites.
Yeah, except in the originals, I still think it's hilarious that they don't even have their own sprites except for in battle.
Oh yeah.
So
for
it's
the-
like, oh, Charizard, use Fly. Oh, it's
for the Game Boy
Pidgeotto.
games. Yeah, they're all just like
they're all Pidgeottos.
they all look like Pidgeotto or
Pidgeys.
Rhydon.
Or the Seal. Is it
Rhydon.
Seal for
Yeah, Seal.
for
It's
swimming?
Pidgey, Rhydon, Seal, and I don't know the rest. They all just look like a basic Pokemon because they had to make the sprites for the menu so small.
It's hilarious.
But I don't. It's just a fun game to play, especially as kids. I think it was just like
It was a craze.
I think
it was a
Pokemon-
phenomenon.
Yeah,
I think-
Pokemon was a
you know,
phenomenon.
I think it was the
car.
cartoon that made it so fun to play
Oh,
because
it's
you
the cartoon.
felt a connection with the
No.
things that
Oh
you were
my
actually playing with.
goodness.
I was a Digimon boy though.
Oh my god, I love
I know.
Digimon.
Brian was
Digimon
too.
Monsters.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
yeah.
champion.
Everyone loves
Get
the
your
ripoff.
weak ass
Everyone
Pokemon out of here.
Love Digimon.
It was just it was just fun to play because of that. I think because other than that, for the most part, other than those elements of it having
What was so fun about
More
watching
of-
this kid named Ass
Oh,
going around and
It's Ash, first of all. But have you seen the episode when he finds the Squirtle squad?
no one has let me say why I liked it.
your video
The
doesn't
Squirtle
matter, okay?
Squad. Please go find the Squirtle Squad
Squirtle
like
Squad is
video
awesome.
on YouTube or just try to find
Squirtle
the
Squad's
episode.
All the
best.
ones with the sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah, they all have sunglasses.
Yeah,
and they
it's
take them-
awesome.
It's
dude.
like Squirtle, Squirtle, and then he takes off his glasses and goes Squirtle, Squirtle.
Damn.
And that is my favorite part of Pokemon.
That was-
besides
that
the
was a
very
smooth
first
ass
episode.
Squirtle.
But
Yeah.
I think just loving the show is what made it fun because other than that, a lot of it's just a normal old RPG, but instead of having a party of people fighting with you, you have these creatures. And I
feel
think that's part of it too. The creatures were
cartoon-
cute. They have designs that people
They were
like.
sassy.
The anime brought a
And you're their
certain-
master.
I feel like the anime. Feel like the anime brought that charm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's,
these were just
you know,
kids
like
on an
Pikachu.
adventure.
Pikachu wouldn't have been shit if there was
Yeah.
no cartoon. Nobody
Yeah.
would have cared about the little
First episode of Pokemon
you know,
ever when
Pikachu.
Ash tries to capture Pikachu
and
and he
shocks
just
the shit out of
No.
him.
No, he does this real like subtle like just smacks it away with
he
his
smacks the Pokeball away from him with
Like,
his
bitch,
tail
please.
and his head
Oh,
goes
fucked.
and he's just like Pika, Pika.
Oh yeah, he keeps doing it. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Pika,
like,
bitch.
like every time he throws another one, he goes Pika,
And,
Pika, and keeps
Yeah.
it away.
and it's just like I think Pokemon is such like a great series that has stand because it came out in 1996 and that's like 21 years, 22 years ago almost. And my nephew, who's 8 years old, loves it still.
Yeah,
And
the
I
new
think
games
Thanks for
are
making me
great.
feel old.
I don't know
Brian.
what it is
I'm
about
sorry.
that kind of like I can't understand what about that kind of game makes it so much fun because it's
Yeah.
so repetitive. I think it's the strategy part of it as a kid. Like you have to.
the basic
You
rock
have to-
paper scissors formula of poison beats whatever
Yeah,
and this beats
it's-
that, you know.
But it gets
It
really
makes it more
advanced in the
involved.
newer games, and I think that's what kept it fun. Because now there's actually like competitive battling where you can
I'll be-
substitute things and use
No, I'll be
certain
honest with
combos.
you. That actually turned me off from Pokemon because it's too complicated for me.
Oh, see, like I don't like playing super
I never thought this would
against
happen
other
to me,
people.
but I'm getting to that age where I want my games to be short.
But I think the fact
sweet.
that even against
Same.
the story like
So-
characters,
Same.
like against the
Same.
NPCs and gym
You're
leaders,
so much younger than me. What are you talking about?
I'm like 80
I have
years
not
old.
got to explain anything yet.
You,
You guys
wow.
we
do
have just
this.
been talking about why
Welcome to
Pokemon is
We
great.
did it one
Welcome
time.
to
You guys
my
did it like
world.
7th now.
Fine, Matt. Say your piece. Go
Okay.
ahead.
What I was trying to say is,
Yes.
I think the fact that you can use some sort of strategy now more so than in the past against the gym leaders and the different encounters you have with people in the game makes it more entertaining to play. Because I think if it would have just stayed as basic as it was at the beginning, it wouldn't have
Well,
kept such a strong
Well,
following.
you can't just stay that basic. It's
Yeah.
gonna evolve.
It changed,
Do
but
I
without...
wish that there wasn't like 10,000 different ones now of Pokemon?
I wouldn't mind if there wasn't an ice cream cone, but...
And a garbage, like a ball of garbage as a Pokemon.
That one's me.
A set of keys. No, it's an actual ball of garbage.
Oh, that one's me.
What?
There is a set of keys,
Probably
too.
could be
I
some
relate to it.
I think
You're
the
fine.
keys are fairy type. That's my favorite part, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
wish
no,
I could
they're
pray
not
to a
fairy
key
type.
fairy
They might
when I
just
lose
be
my
steel.
keys. That'd be nice.
They might just be still. I don't know. There was something weird that was fairy type, and I was just like, why?
There's a damn ghost sword. Remember that?
You can go.
Oh, my turn. My
We're on
That's
our
first.
enough
top
of an
one.
explanation.
My favorite damn game. Now this time I'm actually gonna cheat because I couldn't really decide on which one. Well, I guess I can knock off Donkey Kong Country 3 because it sucks. But it doesn't suck. But it scared the shit out of me as a kid, so I don't like it.
We
I put
want
it
your
that way.
favorite
We get
game,
it.
not your least
When I
favorite.
was a
So we should
damn
make our least
kid.
favorite.
Okay, it scared me. There's a laughing demonic snowman. Okay.
Can
There's
we get
also
on
a
with
giant
it?
hairy spider.
What's
Okay,
your
whatever.
first?
It's Donkey Kong Country 2. I feel like 2 was the best
Is that
out
the
of all the
SNES?
ones. Yes, they're on the SNES. This came out in
Oh, they're all on the
1993 or
SNES.
4.
Oh wow,
So that's the oldest
before I
one.
was born.
Yep. It was right when I was born.
Forrest is old.
That is my first memory. My first game I ever can remember playing was Donkey Kong Country 2. Now I did play 1, but 2 was the one that I came.
You're
kept going
unreasonably
back
good
to.
at them too, and it's annoying.
I am very good at them. I love them. I played them all my life, man.
Like speed running, good at them.
No, just because you can do the whole somersault and then jump when you're not supposed to, and you can get over stuff. You
Yeah,
did
the
it
whole
all
way
three.
through the level in like 10 seconds. and
That's
I,
fine.
I can't even beat half the levels.
You're bad though. You're just bad at platformers. But no, like it's. I can still remember being up late at night. You know, I'm supposed to be sleeping for school. Lights are off. Only the light of the CRTV in my face. The
Old
freaking
CRTV.
Bramble, like the Bramble levels music is on. I forget what it's called. It's like the best. Like that was the one thing that Grant Kirkhope especially. I'll keep mentioning his name because he made the music for all these games. This is another Rare game, by the way. You can see a trend there. I really love Rare as a company. They were probably one of the best gaming companies back in the day until they got bought up by Microsoft. But that's a whole nother story. Yeah, Joe. But anyway, like. It's hard to describe. It really is precious to me, those memories, and that's something that I can always go back to. Like just playing the music is enough to calm me and really get me in a good mood and stuff.
Aw.
It's
It's
a
not
really
cute.
good memory
It's not
for me,
cute.
you know. And it's it's something that I want to share. I hope one day we do play this on the channel. I said that for all 3 of them, but I really do hope we do play this on the channel.
I've played Donkey Kong Country and it sucked.
2.
Sucks.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
It sucks.
No, you haven't
Worst
played it. It's
game of all
good.
time.
It's great.
I was bad at
Never
it.
played that
And that
one
was the
either.
thing. I want to. Sorry, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but I want to bring this up. Actually, the person.
Oh,
this
no,
was
sorry.
made for Nintendo by Rare, which was a company.
For all of your games.
Well, from Britain, obviously, and they were brought in to make these games for Donkey Kong because Nintendo wanted Donkey Kong to be a franchise again, his own thing, and they had these state of the art graphics, these 3D graphics. It was like Mortal Kombat, only not really like how they superimpose things. It was its own graphic style, and the person who made Mario, what's his name? God, I'm on the
Oh, I
spot. I
know.
can't think of his name, but I know exactly his name. Guys, I know video games, okay, but I can't think of it right now because I'm
He's
too
trying to
busy.
sound like he knows his
I'm too
stuff.
busy just being really trying to explain why I like this game so much. And he actually, the guy who made Mario and the leader of
I'm not
Nintendo,
trying
he
that.
came out and he said that Donkey
Shigeru
Kong.
Miyamoto.
Yeah, there you go. He came out and he said Donkey
Miyamoto.
Kong only succeeded because of its graphics. So when they set out to make Donkey Kong Country 2, they proved themselves. They proved why it's more than graphics. Extremely good level design, extremely good music, just very... And the thing was, too, it was more ambience. I don't know how to put that in a... Ambianic? I can't say it. Ambiance, you know.
Ambience noise.
Ambient. I don't know. Like especially Donkey Kong Country 1. You start the game. There's birds chirping and stuff. It's just a very different kind of music.
A lot of like ambience noise behind it, like natural sound.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful soundtrack.
Forrest feels like
wonderful
he's
levels. I do.
Yeah,
I have it in my head
Kong.
right now. I can think of the levels.
Forrest is thinking
It's
of Donkey
so
Kong
good,
Country
man.
too.
It's such a good game. You know, power-ups. There weren't any. You didn't need any. You just had bonus rooms. You had secret levels. You had a secret ending. And not only that, Donkey Kong wasn't even in the game, Donkey Kong Country 2, except for the end, because you had to save him. And Diddy Kong was the sidekick in the first game, and he had to prove himself. And they proved that it wasn't Donkey Kong that made their games good. It wasn't the graphics that made their games good. It was them. They proved themselves. And, you know, it's always something that I admire about that company especially. It's just so good. And then Microsoft ruined it. Then they started making...
trash.
Then they started making freaking terrible ass Connect games that sucked. And, you know, that's the whole story of Rare. That's another thing I could get into. But Donkey Kong Country 2, my first game that I really got into and loved and played, and still to this day I go back and I play it all the time because it's awesome.
Okay.
Go Brian.
Mine, I'm going to cheat on this one too.
I
think all mine were series, so that's something. But this last one is a game I think about every day of my life.
Oh, damn.
But Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah.
But they came out between, it's a trilogy, it came out between 98 and 2000. It's coming back in September, and I'm so happy. Like, I cannot wait. This is going to be like the first game I complete again. Because these were the very first games that I played the whole way through, and that's why I remember them so much. It was just such a cute story. You're this little dragon named Spyro, and he's a little dragonfly friend named Sparks.
Little dragonfly friend?
Yeah! And they're so cute. And you have to, like, rescue all the dragons and stuff, and it's, like, the cutest, and it was such a cute story.
It is a very
the
good
graphics were really good for the time, I feel
yes, for the time they were impressive.
Yeah, for the time. And
it's on the PlayStation, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's the PlayStation, so
a lot
graphics...
of sharp angles, but I love those sharp polygons.
Yeah, like, bring me those sharp angles. Like, give them all to me. But that's like a game that's so nostalgic because that is the first one. Like, the Spyro trilogy is the first ones that I sat down and played, and I believe I played Year of the Dragon, which is the third one. I think I played that before the other two, just because it was sitting at my house.
Order.
Yeah, I think I played them out of order. But I just loved it so much. And I found out, so I did a little research, and so in 2001, they switched creators. So it was like Insomniac Games originally made the game. And then they switched creators, and they made like a bunch of Game Boy games that were trash, apparently.
Yeah, they were trash. I have
so,
some.
I never played them, but apparently they were really trash. But I
they
think
were
about
top
this game
down. They lost the whole perspective.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I can't even like picture that. I've never seen those.
Yeah, it was a top down 3D platformer. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah. Like instead of you're like, But I think what really stuck with me is it was the first game that you were like there was pieces of that game where you were Spyro. Instead of it being like,
then
over
you had his friends.
He had so many friends, like, and I was jealous.
Too many
of
friends.
him.
Now he's part of a terrible series that's forgotten him.
Oh, is it that the little figure Skylanders?
Yeah. Remember when Spyro was the first guy to come out. It was Spyro's Skylanders. Quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was called Spyro's Skylanders. Well, it was on every platform.
I would love to play Spyro again. Like, just I want to play it.
Guess what? They've made like 6 more, and Spyro isn't even in them anymore.
I love Spyro. He is my one true love.
Yes.
He's a very sorry, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. You're done.
He is the cutest little game character ever.
Dude, he's a purple, sexy-ass dragon, man. You can't get rid of that.
Don't talk about him like that.
Well, you know?
No.
You know?
No.
Pikachu.
No. Spyro could kick Pikachu's ass.
That boy used to be thick.
Me and Brian just both look at you. Nah.
Spyro was adorable. He will always have my heart. I want to play the games again. And
we can do that on the channel too.
You want to see me play Spyro?
They don't.
I'm really
I have it on the PS1.
Oh my god, I could seriously play it. I love it.
See, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just picturing you and Forrest both playing a game together because of how long it takes Forrest to do anything.
Yeah, and what if we bond and we beat the game in like a day?
Oh my gosh.
See, Brian gets mad when I try to help her. Forrest is going to try to help the entire time.
I am going to try
but
to
is
help
also very slow at playing games. So it's going to take like years.
I have beat that game several times. That's probably the only game that I've played over and over again.
She knows what to do. She'll beat it, man. She probably knows what to do.
We beat Dark Souls like 10 or more times, and it still takes us forever.
Well, that's probably the last game I beat as well, except for like Final Fantasy VIII. But
that's an RPG. That's a little different.
It takes us forever because we have to record, I guess, together.
Well, yeah, that's
usually what takes. Spyro the Dragon, guys.
Okay.
Love it.
Am I the last one?
Yeah.
Everyone knows what it is.
What is
Well,
it?
you guys do. It's Dark Souls. The
No,
series,
really?
The series, because
Never played it.
I loved Dark Souls 2, and I didn't hate Dark Souls 2
That's
until I went
becoming a
back
theme,
and played
right?
it. You guys never let me talk to him. Like, I complained about us doing this to her, but no one has like hardly even done that to her.
Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. Well, I love
Anyway,
Dark Souls.
Brian, I'm sorry.
I'm leaving.
All right, go.
No.
Go. Okay. All right, I'll tell you why I like
No.
Dark Souls.
I really like Final
I like Dark
Fantasy
Souls
VIII.
mostly because of the mechanics and the gameplay.
Yes.
Because that is my favorite style of game that they created.
Yeah, well, character action RPG.
The
it's
fighting
awesome.
is actually challenging. It's not just hack and slash to kill everything, because you have to actually actively
when that game
shield
first
or
came
dodge,
out, it was considered a hack and slash.
which is ridiculous because
When
I mean
did it
you are
come out?
hacking
Well,
slashing, but you actually have to you can't
there's-
just swing.
There's still an argument that most games are under the banner of action game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When did
even
it
though there are
come
a lot
out?
more than that.
What?
What year did it come out? Or like around what
The
time?
original Dark Souls 2011.
Oh, so
Really?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that
I'm
wasn't
thinking
too
of
long
Demon
ago,
Souls
but that's
came
7
out.
years ago.
Demon Souls came out in like what, 2000?
I don't know. I never played Demon Souls yet, sadly, but that's gonna
Ooh,
be
boy,
hell.
that
We're
gonna be a
do it
thing.
eventually.
What if avocado could translate into
I
Demon
just love
Souls?
An
the gameplay. I love the
avocado,
fact that you have
thanks.
to roll to dodge. That it's so
It's
so involved that you can
yes.
you can parry and riposte to
I
do
can't. I
critical
suck
damage.
at it, but
In 1 and 2, I can do it. In 3, it's like too fast for me because I'm slow. I'm slow.
two I can never do.
1,
it.
you can parry
Two
Havel
is so
to death with
slow
your bare
and
hand at the
lethargic.
beginning of the game, and it's
Yeah.
easy.
Yes, it is.
1, it's way too easy to parry because you can just parry
It's
with
also
your
easy
bare
to
hand.
backstab.
Yeah, you can parry with your bare hand over and over again without even needing a parry. But
No.
to get back on track,
Yes.
I also, even though Dark Souls doesn't have much of a story to most people, it has a very deep lore and amazing level and character design. Like, it has amazing original designs.
Well, it's based off of medieval fantasy, and it's made by a
Yeah.
Japanese
And
company.
they took a lot from things like Berserk and stuff, too, which we now know, but, like,
well,
inspirations of designs
That's
and
probably
stuff.
why it was good in the first place, is because they took elements from Berserk.
Berserk is
The
awesome,
best
but that's
damn
a different thing. That's
manga ever.
top manga list, but not this video.
Maybe another time. Brian, have you read any manga? I don't know if you'll be able to join in on that one. It's involved.
No,
It's
I'll
like-
tell you about my favorite books.
But I just love
Okay.
I just love the lore from it, even though you have to
Yes.
kind of investigate and find those things out yourself.
Well,
for
that
the
was
most
also
part.
another very involved mechanic that people understand.
Yeah, they gave
They
you
don't think it's a
amazing
mechanic, but I think
cutscenes
it's
when
actually-
they did.
Yeah,
But
that's a good thing.
They didn't give you many cutscenes.
The fact that you have to try and figure things out on your
Yeah,
own.
they don't really give you a story. They show
That's
you
what I
a
like.
few really amazing cutscenes, but the rest of the game is just.
Cutscenes are trash. Like
Spyro had cutscenes.
Yeah, but they were short. They were so
So
short.
these ones.
Give me
Yeah, that's
30
what we're saying.
seconds
Dark
or
Souls
less
doesn't
of a
really.
have short
cutscene.
cutscenes.
I don't
The-
need a whole story.
The
to
intro
get
for
an
Dark
introduction.
Souls is kind of long,
I'm not here
but
to
if you
watch a movie.
the intro for Dark Souls is kind of long, like a few minutes. But if you saw the intro to Dark Souls, you'd be like, "Wow, that looks amazing."
I think
And
I
then
tried
I
to play
threw a
Kingdom
lightning
Hearts,
bolt
and
at
it
a
was
stone
just
dragon.
too
It's the voice that gets me. It's the voice.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
That was dark and shit.
But yeah, I just love that about it. And all 3 have kind of kept that same mechanic. 2, I loved when it came out. Didn't feel any different to me. But now going back to 2,
2 is very different.
it's so slow and clunky and feels bad. But at the time, even though I had just played Dark Souls 1 right
Honestly,
before
I
that
clocked,
came out,
I clocked more time in Dark Souls 2 than I did in 1.
I think I did too until we went back and played 1 more. Because now I've beaten 1 like 6 times. 2 I've only beat like 4 times.
Well, the thing
or
was, in
3
Dark
times.
Souls 1, it had that very good original, like, the team that made Demon Souls as well, and Dark Souls 3,
Yeah.
they have I don't know, like, whatever engine they used, maybe, whatever it was, it had very, very fluid animations.
Yeah, everything
it was
is
clunky,
smooth.
but it was smooth.
It was clunky at times in like areas like, Blighttown.
Yeah, well...
But it was
Blighttown,
smooth
yeah.
for the most part. But on Dark Souls 2, it was just not even that. Just the animations and
The
stuff were bad because they were
textures were
clunky.
even
It's the
worse.
fact that everything was slow. You roll slower, you swing slower, you drink your Estus way slower. It just made the game harder to play in a bad way.
Well, I remember the trailers that came out when Dark Souls 2 was coming out, and it was all, this is the hardest game you're ever gonna play. It's even harder than 1. Your life bar, you lose it.
Honestly,
Shit
playing
like
Dark
that.
Souls 2
And
though,
everyone's
it
like,
has
"Whoa."
been like the hardest of all of them that we played, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, because of clunky reasons, for mechanic reasons.
But 3 is the easiest to me, I think.
Oh,
3
hell
is
yeah.
just
Well,
not
3
that
is more
difficult.
streamlined. And that's fireworks in the background.
You guys
if
might have
anyone
heard
actually
that one,
heard
okay?
that.
I didn't think you'd hear any, but you heard that one.
Yeah, they're having a thing.
But yeah, that's mine.
Cool.
That's the only one I actually talked
So-
decently about.
so we can
the others
wrap
I was
this
like, I
up
like it
now?
because it's fun.
But how long has this been now?
40 minutes, that's good.
That's
40
pretty
minutes.
good.
That's like
Tell us.
our goal.
No, hopefully. Go ahead.
Tell us in the comments what your favorite game was.
Oh
or
shit!
is.
Yeah.
Let's get
And what we should do next time?
Oh, I liked the Mario game. Of the Mario
I basically
series.
said I like Pokemon because I love the show and it's still fun for some reason, even though it shouldn't be.
there.
I think this is a relatively good time. All right, I was gonna say hopefully we can continue
I'm
this in the
Bri.
future.
I'm Bri.
I'm Forrest.
My name's Jet.
It's Matt.
That's Matt. He
doesn't want to
no.
conform.
Autism.
That's problematic.
I
Now-
can say that it's
anyways,
edgy.
I don't know if we'll be able to get together and do this again. I really do hope we can.
Yeah.
I'd like this
fun.
to become a thing. Honestly, I had a lot of fun already.
Am I supposed to
Just
just
speaking
speaking
about
cut
this.
this out?
Maybe do like maybe do it once a week. But anyways, we're
Ooh,
2.5
I would like
nerds.
to do it once a week. Hell yeah.
We're 2.5 nerds. They're nerds. I'm kind of one. Bye.